All right, it's our pleasure to have Lancine DOSSO, Head of Strategic Partnerships Innovation APAC at ENGIE R&I. It's great to have you here. Welcome to Inspire and Connect.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.
And good morning. Yeah,
Good morning.
It's shiny morning here.
Yes.
We're happy to be here. And this fifth edition of Inspire and Connect Asia is amazing. What a privilege to have it in Singapore. We know that Singapore is an innovation hub, so very happy to be here. Yeah.
Yes, after 4 very successful editions in Africa, this is the first debut in Asia for Inspire and Connect. Wonderful to have you here. Maybe let's start by having you introduce yourself and briefly explain your role in the energy and sustainability sector.
Sounds good. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do that. And maybe I will share something a little bit interesting before we start. Yes, I will be bringing the energy sector perspective here. And as you know, innovation is a heartbeat of the energy transition, and people are its all. So for this occasion, what I've done is to do edition 2 of what I call Passion for Sharing. So this is a book that I've usually wrote. Act 1 is on my LinkedIn, and the second one will be at the occasion here. As I mentioned to you, that's the one.
Yes.
So feel free to see.
Looks great.
Exactly, yes, perfectly. So that's just, after I will be able to share that with everyone. But to come back to your question, so yes, thanks for having me here. I'm Lancine, I'm French, currently based in Singapore. And as you mentioned, I'm working with ENGIE, a global energy and utility company working on an energy transition with more than 98,000 people and more than 30 countries where we operate. So my role is to head the projects and strategic partnerships, as well as the inclusion and diversity efforts for the innovation arm of ENGIE in APAC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So in your view, what role do people and teams play when it comes to driving a successful energy transition and sustainability?
Yeah. What I will say, and maybe before I go on that level, I would love to structure the responses in 4 main areas.
Okay.
That's a framework I like to use.
Okay.
So I will give you main response. I will give you one quote, one motto, one concrete analogy, and one project that I think illustrate good the question. So to come back to your question, indeed, we know that technology alone doesn't do change. We need people. So that's where it's very important to make sure that on our work, and similarly to my work, what I do, I have 3 passions: innovation, business, and people. So echoing with the 3 pillars of sustainability, planet, profit, people. So indeed, it's important to have the people factor because that's where people are the catalyst to the change. But beyond people, as you mentioned, teams, because we know that it's very crucial to work with diverse ecosystem of people. So to come back to my framework, so that was the main response. I promise you I will try to share one, let me see what I've picked for that one analogy.
Okay.
Oh, what I put here is none of us is smart as all of us. So you see how the thing. And for the analogy, I would love to go with the sport analogy today. So like synchronized swimming, success requires coordination and trust. So we know what we're talking about. And maybe an example of projects. Recently, I think ENGIE currently operates 6 district cooling system network in APAC with sustainability embedded in their daily operation. So we see how the collaborative effort is able to decarbonize the industry for families, for city, for governments, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay, so I think you brought up a great point that people are at the heart of this. So we want to talk about inclusion and diversity as well. How does that contribute to both innovation and performance in the energy sector?
Very, very good question again. So we talk about people, we talk about teams, and then obviously one thing that is important is to make sure we are inclusive and diverse when it comes to those teams. So inclusion and diversity are not only values, they are performance drivers. So like a diverse team will bring broader ideas, which will spark more creativity. But at the same time, inclusive team tends to perform better. We know that valued people will deliver better results. And to come back to my framework, so maybe what I can do is one of the quotes I suggested here. Oh, interesting one. So strength lies in differences, not in similarities.
Absolutely.
So very interesting.
Yes.
And for the analogy, let's go sport again. Maybe like a basketball team, different roles make the team unbeatable. So an example of projects, which is very interesting, let's go back to the sport one. It's an Olympic training workshops done by Jonathan Laubert. So basically, diversity of profile and shared intelligence is something that he values to go to breakthrough and to have a collective success. So in his leaderships and training workshops, he's able to show that under high pressure decision situation, through the diversity of profiles and through the shared intelligence, people are able to, I would say, access to the success. Yeah.
Well, I love all of the analogies today. They're very effective. We do want to hear about the opportunities you do see when it comes to integrating inclusion and diversity to accelerate the energy transition.
Effectively, yes. It's true that in France, Asian, it's a corridor, a powerhouse for innovation and sustainability. We all know that. And especially because if you go on the cross-cultural collaboration, you have the expertise from France, you have the dynamism from Asia, so both together for sure will help to progress. So, that collaboration. We're talking about gender balance as a catalyst because empowered women will accelerate the sustainability effort. Another one is the people development. More and more companies are incorporating strategy for young innovators, or I will say for more experienced people as well. So able to mix all of that.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So one motto, maybe? Global thinking, local acting. I think that's very interesting to see. And for my analogy with the sport, like an Olympic decathlon, we know that if we want to have success, it requires to master multiple disciplines. So that's where it's important to collaborate across borders. And finally, an example of projects, as I promised, during a green learning journey I was giving in Singapore to secondary school students, I was so impressed to see that at their age, the level of knowledge of sustainability is all incredible. And similarly, I was doing the diversity training to onboard some fresh graduates in university in Singapore. And you can see that the topic is coming very early in the education chain. So very interesting to see all that. Yeah.
Wow, some interesting and very important sectors that we talked about today: inclusion, diversity, as well as gender balance. It was great to chat with you. That was Lancine DOSSO, Head of Strategic Partnerships Innovation APAC at ENGIE R&I. We hope that you enjoy Inspire and Connect today. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you so much. And maybe to finish again, a small, I would say, motto for that. So we know that powering tomorrow through people, partnerships, sustainability requires innovation and sustainability, not separately, but like a journey.
Yes.
And in APAC, this journey is accelerating. So I'm very happy to be here, and we'd love to have our selfie, so I can put that in the document later.
You will get the selfie.
Sounds good.
It was great to chat with you. Thank you so much,
Perfect.
Lancine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.